What's going on, everybody? CastleCrag back today with the final Monster Hunter Wilds weapon overview. Today it's going to be the dual blades. Yes, they saved the poor dual blades for last. Sorry to you dual blades users out there. Doesn't bother me a whole lot. Not really a weapon that I use. It's a weapon I can appreciate. It does a lot of elemental damage. And it's pretty flashy, kind of fun to use. But it's just not really the weapon for me when I'm looking for an elemental weapon even. I do appreciate it, but I'll be honest, it doesn't bother me a whole lot that it's last. But I understand how it feels to have one of the weapons you're waiting for be last, so my sympathy to you. That all being said, we're going to just get right into this. Before we get started, I'll ask that you leave a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment down below after watching everything. Wait to watch everything before commenting because I might answer whatever question you have, or I might correct myself if I say something incorrectly. I like to say that every time. Anyways, as usual, I'm going to watch through pretty much straight through first, just to kind of get a just to let you watch it if you haven't already, and then we'll do the analysis afterwards. Sorry, my train of thought's a little off. I'm still having some kind of head issue. I don't know what it is yet. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So I apologize if my thoughts seem a bit more disorganized than usual. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so it seems that they decided that you were going to be maximum dual blades, or maximum Beyblade with the dual blades here. All right, let's watch this again. Turn the volume down. I'll remember this time. So a lot of spinning. So this is a regular mode attacks like normal. Thing for me with the dual blades, I don't feel like it matters a whole lot what they do to change some of those base attacks. Like you could get maybe a couple more hits in the same span of time, I guess, would be the only thing that you could really change. But as far as just like flailing the blades in front of you right there, there's not a whole lot they can do. They can make it look a bit flashier maybe, but the outcome would be relatively unchanged in that it would hit, X amount of times in, let's say, 3 seconds or something like that. And that's all that really matters as far as regular just standing and hitting. Now with positioning type moves, which the dual blades do have, those can be changed for sure. But yeah, with the regular stuff there, not so sure. So enter demon mode, yes. So we're building up attacks in demon mode like normal. I'm sorry, we're in regular demon mode here. And it seems that there are special attacks in it that use up some of the gauge. I don't recall that being a thing before, but I've only toyed with the dual blades a little bit. So we see this, what is it, a blue flash here that happens. So we go, we go into demon mode, blah, blah, blah. Red flash, and we use presumably more powerful little move that either does more elemental or more physical raw damage, preferably elemental, considering that's where the dual blade strength lies. But interesting. Let me do it again there. Did we maybe exit demon mode and that's what was happening there. Maybe that's what happened there, was we exited demon mode. And then we ended up in archdemon mode. No, so we're in archdemon mode right now. And we get this, the sword is being held backwards. It means we're in demon mode still. As is the red glow. So now we're in archdemon mode. The sword's held forward, but with extra move set like normal. A little bit more mobility, it seems. A lot of spinny. Just hitting more. Focus mode to targeted monsters, wounds, and weak points. So we do a little jump in slash, hit the weak point. And then we do our Beyblade down the monster's back. It looks like it's going to be hard to tell until we actually feel it and see how it actually acts in game. That seemed to do more ticks than it did in Rise Sunbreak, and maybe a bit less than it did in World Iceborne. I'm not sure. Again, it's been a long time, but that's of course one of the mainstay new moves from World Iceborne. That Beyblade down the monster's back that people pretty much just love. You could slide down a hill and do a specific attack. I think it's the moving attack circle or B, depending on which controller you're using. And you would launch into the air, and if you hit, Beyblade instantly down the entire length of the monster. Very cool move. I actually love that one a lot, so good to see it return. Seems like it's part of a focus move here. I don't know if it's actually part of that focus move, though. It's not exactly clear whether the focus move was just the slash or the entire thing. I'm going to go with most likely the entire thing was the focus move, this focus mode attack, because every other weapon had some sort of attack that basically dragged through the monster. So I would assume that that's part of that attack. An adept dodge, or is that a counter? What are we seeing happen here? I think we're seeing an adept dodge here that does some counter, yeah. So I think we're seeing an adept dodge, which is another. It seems almost like there's two things. For heavier weapons, they have like an adept guard type thing, and for lighter weapons, they have like an adept dodge. So if you perfectly time your guard with weapons that have that ability, you get a special counter. Like with the lance, you got the shield slap. With the bowgun, I think you could do it with the bowgun. I think they showed, and then honestly, not even entirely sure what you got with the gun lance. Sword and shield, I think, had one. Maybe it'll be kind of a miniaturized Shoryugeki or something like that. It looks like it empowered the weapon too. Yeah, because now we see these blue trails coming off the weapon that seemingly weren't there before. Obviously, this is a switch frame, but it doesn't seem like this. So that looks to be... Maybe that was a mount finisher there? Yeah, I can't wait to see. We're almost at Gamescom 2024, so hopefully in that, well, definitely in that, actually, we're going to see some creators be able to play the game and upload that to their channel. I am, of course, not big enough to be anywhere near that, and I could not possibly be in Cologne, Germany right now. So I'm definitely waiting on what they show during the Gamescom showcase. Don't know what they're going to show us. I assume they're going to show us part, at least, of a story quest. An early game story quest. I think that's kind of what they typically show, is some parts of it. Usually I don't even know what would actually usually be the case. So I didn't miss anything. Hold on. Let me watch to the end. Okay. I just wanted to make sure they didn't like, with the last weapon, we're going to reveal the actual release date or something stupid like that. I figured they'd wait till Gamescom. I hope during Gamescom coming up here, we do end up with the release date. For Dual Blades users, it looks like more Dual Blades. You'll have to let me know because my eye is definitely not going to catch anything new there. I think the one move that I saw that looked new, I think we see it at the beginning here, is that slash. We do a little combo, and then we have like that right there. That little last swipe to the same side, like double swipe around the body to the same side. I think that's new. You know, this double swipe where it's swipe down around and double swipe. I think that's a new move. There was a little bit there. Again, I think we had some sort of an adept guard that looked different there. I will assume, yeah, that showed it again there. Perhaps some of the demon mode and archdemon mode moves are new. Demon mode honestly looks about the same to me. That's the start. Oh yeah, okay, that's the start of the demon flurry, the normal demon flurry move. So we get regular attacks in demon mode, and then we do our demon flurry type move. And now we're suddenly in archdemon mode, which is obviously it's just a jump cut to somewhere else. Some of these do look a little bit new, maybe a bit more of a focus on mobility. The dual blades, honestly, I don't think had a whole lot of issues or weaknesses, so just slightly modernizing them, adding what appears to be an adept guard, which my assumption is that the light weapons, because they don't make a whole lot of sense to have some kind of big counter like the greatsword has, where, you know, in the greatsword video and in the earlier videos that they released, they showed the greatsword charging back and then slamming it like a little side swipe to basically counter the monster. You timed it perfectly. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the dual blades. So dodging it for a different effect, in this case seemingly amped damage of some sort, I think that actually makes a bit more sense to me. If the timing is the same anyway. Because that's how you'd have to make it fair, is that the timing would have to be the same. So instead of timing a guard, you'd time the dodge, but it's the same timing. Otherwise, they'd have to figure something else out, I think. I mean, of course, different weapons can play differently, but if the timing isn't about the same, then people are going to complain that, oh, whoa, this weapon's way easier. That's not fair. Or my weapon's way easier. That's not fair. I wanted it to be harder. Something like that, you know. Get the high skill players will be like, I wanted my weapon to be way more difficult and this is too easy. I understand both sides, to be honest. I know I was representing the high skill players a little bit more negatively sounding right there, but I don't actually mean to be. I completely understand wanting your weapon to have a what's the term? Skill expression. Skill expression. It's very valid. So and the dual blades, certainly, I mean, being able to dodge correctly in the correct timing could certainly be viewed as pretty skillful, right? If you're able to continually attack the monster, pretty much have almost near 100% uptime, except for when you maybe have to sharpen because you attack so fast. I would completely understand that, to be honest. If you feel like the skill expression is being taken away, or you want it to be maybe a little bit easier. Depends on where you come from. Either way, I'm definitely not put off by this. I will probably at some point do a hunt or two with the dual blades when it comes out. A ways down the line, probably. Not the game coming out, hopefully. But it wouldn't be a focus to bother picking up the dual blades because they're just not my favorite. If I'm going elemental, there are other weapons I prefer. So that's kind of my 2 cents on it. Let me know in the comments below what you think if you're a dual blades main, or even you know, it may not be your main, but it's a weapon that you use when you need to do elemental damage or something like that. Just let me know what you think about the changes that you can see here, because I see very little as far as changes, as far as effective changes, right? Because there are certainly some changes, but what do they really do other than make it look slightly different, right? Are they actually effectively different changes, or are they cosmetic? You'll have to let me know. Again, if I'm completely wrong, blast me. I'm okay with it. I would love to learn more. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Make sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff that we always ask for. And hopefully, when I talk to you next, it's going to be after we get some meaty content in Gamescom, including, in this case, content from other content creators. I will probably be reacting to at least Rurikon because he's pretty much my go-to for watching content. Instead of being blind, well, I might blindly watch some of their videos, but it's really mostly going to be for seeing what actually happens in these hunts, because I don't get to do it myself. Unless they release a demo, in which case I do get to do it myself, and I'll be super happy and excited. But that's not likely to happen. So my guess, December, probably around the Game Awards, we'll get a demo and then a release in March. That's my guess as far as the game. Probably put out a video later on it, but that's as far as the lowdown quick here at the end of the video. This is what I think is going to happen, because this is the last video. That's the most likely outcome, I think. Anyways, folks, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more content on Monster Hunter and other similar games and other different games. I like to do a variety of things. I know that's not great and popular on YouTube, but I don't care. I like doing what I like to do. You'll notice there's like God of War content. I think there's an Elden Ring playthrough. There's probably Dark Souls stuff. There's Bloodborne for sure. Some roguelite stuff. Like I just started doing Shapes 2, which is like a factory automation game. I do what I like to do. If you don't like that, well, hopefully you find something on my channel that you like, because there's a lot of variety. Anyways, thanks for watching, folks, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.